Hello YouTube, DKmagician here, so I'm back with another Age of Empires 2 video, and this time it's gonna be a BF Lord video, and it's gonna be so much fun. Now, first thing you'll notice this time is that I'm speaking English, and this is not my mother language, so I'll just say in advance, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, because I'm gonna butcher the English language so many times during this video. But yeah, I guess it's good training for my English skills, and maybe reach a bigger audience, because, you know, more people speak English than Portuguese. So yeah, without further ado, let's get going.
Condo,
So I'm
condo.
starting off as a Byzantine player, which is nice, defensive civ. As you can see, the game broke a little bit in the beginning, which is okay. It should be fine the rest of the game, or most of it if I remember correctly. Let's grab some turkeys, and a few more turkeys as well.
Credo.
Just getting my first villagers back to work. So, this is a BF Lord map, and BF Lord maps actually play a little bit different from just classical Black Forest games, uh, because there are no wolves at all,
Caedo.
and that is really important. You can just wander with your villagers around and not getting afraid of you know, being gang-banged by those stupid wolves. Um,
Presto.
which means that players tend to be far more aggressive when it comes to walling. Okay, um, I'll in fact wall much sooner this game than I'll as if I was playing in a normal Black Forest game. Um, I like to before do that click loom, because you know, there are surely going to be villager wars in this map. You got another break, and yeah,
Pablo.
yeah, quite
Sale.
long break actually, but I really think it's the last one. Long, very long break. Is it okay? Yeah, okay, it unbroke. So I'll just send some villagers to wall. I already sent those two, and this, as you can see, purple is already walling. I'm gonna snipe the hell out of that villager, and he is definitely going down. As you can see, he has exactly two villagers here and the scout, and I have exactly two villagers here and the scout. So it's really a balanced match, this fight here. It's really just equal forces, and as you can see, it will have an equal result. We both lost our scout and one villager, and I must retreat that female villager over there because he attacked first. I'm not going to do that yet. Might as well just drain a little bit of his life points. And I'm sending just a few more backup, and yeah, as you can see, it can become a really big madness. This kind of fights. He's retreating with his villager as well, trying to wall that little bit, but I won't let him wall that little bit. I'm going to attack his villager. I'm going to send another one, so it's going to be a 3 versus 1 just for a little while, as you can see. And now it's time to press our advantage. We might as well wall that little bit, or at least try to, because look at what is going to happen. 1, 2, 3, 4 villagers to attack my 3 villagers, or 2.5 villagers. And yeah, this game is a little bit about going back and forth, um, trying to distract your opponent while you're trying to wall. But as you can see, he retreated his villagers, and now I am trying to make a wall, and I just can't because he doesn't really let me. But this is not a really bad situation at all. As you can see, I have one villager that is attracting two of his villagers, and the other female villagers attracted the other two villagers for a while. This is nice. He is losing some villager work time, and as long as he loses more time than I do, we're absolutely fine. We might as well try to prevent him from finishing that wall, and as you can see, we're just continuing this villager war. I I'm making a really big mess in my town center. I am pretty sure I already have some idle time, which is not good.
Condo.
I'm going to have an horrible feudal and yet another horrible castle time, but that is fine as long as I can get an advantage over my opponent.
Correctus. Condo.
So yeah, trying to wall that as much as I can. I really almost made it with that little bit villager, and yeah, finished it. As you can see, the wall is finished. At least you know every little bit of that palisade wall has a little bit of HP, more than one. So it was built, and I'll try to finish it when I can, but I'm not really too much worried right now. I'm just a little bit worried that he might have sneaked the villager past me, and yeah, that's not good. I don't know what is that villager doing over there. Oh yeah, I retweeted it. We have another small break. And yeah, I got housed, which is absolutely normal because I'm not really paying that much attention to my economy. I'm really focusing on this villager war. I'm trying to get my villagers back to safety, and yeah, look at those shepherds all stopped. I don't really have any more sheep or turkey for that what matters, and yeah, lost one villager, which is bad, but I might as well try to wall it behind. I believe I already lost 2, maybe 3 villagers. Maybe I'll add a villager death count later when I'm editing this video. Yeah, hopefully the game will soon get back to normal. I'm also trying to sneak past the villager, it was quite weird that that villager tried to go over there. And what I will realize is that that freaking purple managed to finish that bloody wall just behind my own wall, which is absolutely awful. But yeah, whatever. I'm not really too much worried about it. Sometimes walls can be a little bit of, you know, a polite agreement between two players. But what's the fun of making polite walls? No, that wouldn't be a fun video at all to share with you. So yeah. But I believe that my wall is actually part finished, so we might have a, I don't know, a trapped villager somewhere, or maybe sneak the villager past me, which is bad as well if he did it. Yeah, as you can see, I'm dangerously running low on food, which is bad because I might want to advance to feudal somewhat soon. As you can see, green has advanced already. He had quite good actually time, really good time. As you can see, I'm running still. Those purple villagers are following my own villager. Again, that is really good. Because I'm losing villager work time for 1 villager, while he's losing villager work time for 2. So yeah, that is actually not a bad trade-off, and he's losing more than I am losing. I'm trying to get my eco back in shape. At this time, you are supposed to be getting food, which I am doing right now with my villagers, trying to steer them away from wood, because food is a priority right now. I might soon lure a boar, I guess. And yeah, then I realized something really funny, completely forgot about this female villager over there. And yeah, I'm just really glad that I managed to sneak 1 villager, and I just share that information with my teammates. And yeah, this is going to be really good. That little villager over there. I decided to make archery ranges as soon as I hit feudal, because archers are really annoying for your opponent to deal with, and especially when you are not expecting them in a closed map like BF Lord. But yeah, these kind of things can happen. I like sneaking villagers in Black Forest or BF Lord games. It is really a nice thing to do because people don't really expect that. Most of the time, players that play these kind of closed maps will always expect to have a long game, to have a war somewhere at late Castle Age, maybe or maybe even only at Imperial Age, because you know you are supposed to be wall everything, don't let your opponent get in, so these walls can buy you time until you reach later ages. I'm going to hunt that board, that is important. You know, at this time it will be nice if I had a more aggressive civilization, you know. Byzantines are really a more defensive one. They have good walls, they have ship trash units, which, I don't know, maybe it will come in handy later in this game. But at this point I really would like to have some sort of civilization bonus that will help me do an archer rush. It's not really an archer rush because, you know, we are already at the 15-minute mark. I should, if I was a normal player, a good player, I should already have my archers hitting purple if it was, you know, a normal game and I was a good player. But yeah, I'm not that much of a good player, and this is just really a casual game between noob players or, you know, casual players. I'm not a complete noob, I'm just casual one. And yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm almost reaching feudal age. I'll drop an archery range as soon as I can. And as you can see now, I'm low on wood because I sent all my villagers from wood to food, which was important back when I was trying to reach feudal age. But now I'm already in the feudal age and I need some gold and some wood because I want to make archers. I got a little bit scared when I saw those yellow guys, but they are actually for my team. You are not really that much supposed to do this in in this kind of games, but I guess it's really welcome. This time around, Yellow is my teammate. He is going to try to attack the purple base, which kind of little bit defeats my purpose of archer rush. Or maybe not at all. Maybe we'll just look at that army and yeah, I need to counter that army. Or you don't need to counter that army at all. He has time. As you can see, he is attacking that purple wall, and he might as well try just to wall behind it and not need to make an army at all and make that small army a complete waste. Which is right now what purple is trying to do. I can see that wall foundations. I don't know if they will come on in time or not. But yeah, even if they do, even if he manages to stop my ally from attacking him, I will get some archers action in his base, which is what I'm desperately trying to do right now, but I don't have enough wood. You know, this is how you differentiate between good players, between pro players, and between just casual ones, you know. I'm just so low on wood that I can drop a second archery range. So yeah, that villager is over there looking like an absolute idiot. And yeah, I finally got enough wood, and I'll build my second archery range. So yeah, there is she building. It's a good thing that purple is not really paying attention to that part of the map, which is fine, I guess. I mean, you don't really expect this kind of things in these maps. I'm sending a few archers to scout, maybe attack a few villagers. They are very weak right now, so 2 is hardly going to do enough damage. 3 maybe a little bit better, but I should also try to build a blacksmith and research fletching. It is an important, very important upgrade to do when you're trying to archer rush someone, because it decreases the amount of hits you need to kill an enemy villager. And yeah, I'm not really finding any of my opponent villagers. Looking at his gold, and it doesn't seem to have any gold villagers at all. Now, he's probably just a noob. Look at his score. Um, he's by far the weakest player here, and you know, couldn't really tell that, considering how he got you know, involved in that villager war. But turns out he's still in the Dark Age, and blue is already in the Castle Age. So is red from their team, which tells me that they're likely the best players here. Look at my own score. I'm not, at this point, I'm not really sure if I just got really hurt from being the flank player. You know, you have to kind of play a little bit aggressive when you are flank in open maps, or when you are a flank in closed maps like this one, but you make it open because you went in all out in a villager war. And yeah. So I'm trying to just claim that small area. I might as well build a tower, I guess. I do it somewhere. Yeah. To eventually help any units that I might send over there. I have now a nice bunch of archers, and I'm a little bit frustrated because I'm not really didn't really found any of my enemy villagers. You know, I just had a quick look around purple base, and I didn't really found any of purple villagers, which is really bad. And yeah, as I don't have team view, I can see that purple is probably losing a lot of resources because, you know, his villagers are just stopped because he's attacking, you know, he's attacking those units from yellow, and instead of collecting resources, which will definitely explains how low he is in score, because he's just collecting less resources. I just send in a few archers to kill villagers. Yeah, you need you need some glasses archers, because, you know, you're not hitting anything. Look, this town center is ill here as well. I'm also at the same time trying to attack green, but he made actually a quite decent base, as you will see. He just surrounded his farms with houses, and yeah, that is a kind of a house wall, and I can't really rush them because he also built towers, uh, which honestly is not often a good defense, because, you know, you are playing as pocket, and pocket in a closed map is supposed to boom, not to try to, you know, trying to defend themselves, trying to turtle. That is not something you want to do in this kind of team games, in you know, closed maps. I kinda got a little bit distracted in my archers, with my archers, you know, I just kept reducing them, but I'm getting somewhat behind my opponents. As you can see, from my team, I'm the lowest in the score right now. I'm still the lowest, which it may not mean too much. Okay, it might mean just that I lost something in my initial war with purple. You know, we both lost resources, but, you know, we definitely lost more resources than I did, because yeah, because he has a far worse score than I do. Even though my score is just crap as well, and yeah. Also notice that purple actually built something inside my base. He built a barracks, and he is producing some sort of military, some man-at-arms maybe, or pikemen, not pikemen, spearmen. I don't really know what is he doing, but yeah, I kinda brain freeze right here. I didn't really do anything when I first saw them. I'm now finally trying to build some archery ranges in my own base to defend myself from whatever infantry tries to send to attack me. But yeah, I saw that building before, and I had some sort of brain freeze that prevented me to actually react. I really thought that purple was my ally for a while, and yeah, I left that building untouched instead of trying to attack it, which was just stupid. He also walled that villager, not that it's going to be of great effect. If I were in his position, I really tried just to hide that villager away, you know, because he's within my line of sight. I'll just try to move it to another point and maybe build more stuff, more military buildings. But yeah, you know, I also think that man-at-arms are not the thing you want to go at this point, because we already passed the 30-minute mark. There are surely a few players that are close to hitting that. Yeah, I found this woodline. That was really good. That are, as I was saying, that are close to hitting Imperial Age very soon. But even at Castle Age, there is a big power spike in that unit that is called a knight. As you can see, I'm going to send my knights to attack his man-at-arms. Also, Phoenix stopped the game. Phoenix is the teal one. Maybe you went to take a pee, maybe you went to take a call, I don't really know, but the game is stopped just for a few seconds for us to rest, which is fine, I guess. Okay, and the game just continues then, and yeah, those man-at-arms don't really stand much of a chance here. I really, you know, just a single knight, just, you know, with a few support from with some support from those weak range units, they just completely obliterated that attempt of man-at-arm rush. Man-at-arm rush at 32 minutes. This is completely new meta. Yeah, so I'm kinda also trying to boom. I see that green sent some scouts, which are not a good unit when I'm already in the castle age. I already have crossbowmen, and I already have researched the second, you know, the second upgrades for damage, which I don't remember the name right now. Botkin arrows or something. Yeah, I guess it's Botkin arrows. And yeah. I see that purple is desperately trying to run with those villagers, and since I saw that, I'm going to make my archers occupy as much space as I can, because I'm going to snipe as much villagers as possible. At this point, I really think that purple just completely gave up on his base, and those are just his last villagers, just for you to see how much screwed purple is right now, and how I'll completely steal this base. And yeah, I kind of feel bad for him, even though I'm just at this point the player with less score from my team. I actually think I did a really nice game getting rid of purple. If purple was a better player, which, yeah, probably was not, considering his position right now. He's at feudal age. He lost a crap load of villagers. He has, you know, around half the score of his teammate, and around half my score as well. So I completely obliterated that purple. Green is still sending some scouts, which they don't even have armor, you know, so yeah, if those guys were knights, maybe, yeah, knights were would be a good option to counter crossbowmen in when they are still in low numbers. And but yeah, scouts are a bad idea. Also, yeah, but skirmishers are not. Even Tuki is a Turk player, and Turks get absolutely awful skirmishers, like the worst skirmishers in game, arguably, or maybe not arguably at all, because you know, he has all upgrades except elite skirmisher, which means that their skirmishers are gonna be always crap. Uh, but yeah, maybe there's some even worse villagers. I don't know. Not villagers, skirmishers. Maybe Celt skirmishers. Yeah, something like that. Okay, we have already three players reaching Imperial Age. So I'm nowhere close to Imperial Age at this point. I'm really just booming right now. Um, it was nice that I stole purple base, but at the same time I'm really not in a shape I can support anyone. I might as well just try to claim his territory right now, trying to fend off any attacks that may come from maybe green or red, I don't know. Even took red didn't send anything at all, which is nice. I guess he really just tried to boom. Look that he's now the player with a better score, and yeah, yellow is sending long swordsman. That is really not a good unit to send in a team game when you are a pocket. You might as well just send some knights, except he can't send knights because he's a Mesosiv. But since he is a Mesosiv, maybe he should have gone for archers. I don't really know. Yeah, his Mayans, his best unit at Castle H is the elite plumbed archer. And yeah, he didn't go for plumbed archers, he went for long swordsman. There's a pocket and Mayan, which is not good, but whatever, I guess I can forgive him for that. Even Tuki is not using his army at all. Even Tuki is that is absolutely lost resources. We can't have just pros in all games, you know. Yeah, so I wasn't really a pro in this game, and guess yellow was not a pro either, but he definitely helped me attacking purple. So yeah, I can respect his position. I, every one of us does mistakes. Right now I'm just you know, doing the part of this game that is a little bit more annoying. I'm not really making any army at all, because all I want to do right now is boom. I'm trying also to claim the resources from purple. I might as well do it as fast as possible, because I never know when my opponents will try to claim that area again, and I don't have any military, you know, except for a few archers, which, you know, archers can also die to a single onager shot or something, and they're not really that effective as against an imperial army, because red can definitely send some units. He is Mongol, and Mongol player has their nice mango dice, and yeah, elite mango dice at this point will absolutely wreck my archers. That is not the same in late game. I can when you have arbalests are quite good counter to those mango dice. Not the best counter, but yeah, they at least trade off okay, I guess. Here I managed to kill several of green villages, but then here comes the skirmisher army. You know, he's still in feudal age. I maybe could have taken that fight because, you know, those skirmishers absolutely suck. And yeah, maybe I could have taken that fight, but I was also trying to distract my opponent because I wanted to wall that area. I don't want him to send his units to purple base. We have a little bit of break here again, but as you can see, that damn red did exactly the thing I was talking you about. He just is just messing those mango dice. Mango dice are a very dangerous unit because you know, against anything that is melee except the Skarls maybe. They pretty much can kite everything. Look at that. He's sending Teutonic Knights, and yeah, Teutonic Knights are not a good counter at all to those Mango Die. And yeah, purple is doing nothing. I mean, red by far has the best score of us. He's probably the best player around, and blue might as well try to defend himself. Now, here comes the thing from Byzantines. They have cheaper trash units, and there is actually a trash unit that is okay counter, somewhat okay with those Magmadai, and that is not the Alverdier. Look at those Cavalier. Poor Cavalier, they get absolutely obliterated by those Magmadai. He has a quite big army right now, and yeah, no unit can get close. But as I was saying, a trash unit that can definitely help in this situation is the Elite Skirmisher. And yeah, I happen to have ship Elite Skirmishers, but I'm just in Castle Age right now, so they will not have all the upgrades they could or should have at this point. So yeah, they're not going to be that much of help right now. I should be trying to get to Imperial Age as soon as I can. And yeah, here I see something really interesting. I didn't really pay attention to, you know, that other flank, but it turns out that player 7, the white player, is freaking GOT. And GOT have those units that I talked about that are great at countering any kind of archer unit, like, you know, Mangodai. Even Tuki is a cavalry archer, but still qualifies as an archer. And yeah, they definitely fear those Skarls, and that is definitely not a unit that those Mangodai will want to fight. I definitely don't think that he is going to swing that in his favor, because you can respond to his Skarls maybe with cavalry, and yeah, Mongols have decent light cavalry. They also have okay-ish cavaliers, but for those, player 7 is also sending his own Alverdiers. You know, he's sending a mix between her Skarls and Alverdiers, and that pretty much counters everything that Mongol player can send at against that army, except of course against those damn onagers. You know, Mongol players have great onagers, and but he's not using them at all. I am finally advancing to Imperial Age. Look how late I am in this game. I'm at the 49 mark minute, and I am still not in the freaking Imperial Age. Well, at least purple is feudal, I guess, which could be worse. Still, nevertheless, I am sending support to blue's base. He's kinda defending himself well, with support from player 7, and at this point it's just a classical Black Forest type kind of war, and you know, it's just a bottleneck. You have red army, and also two armies from my sides trying to attack to claim that position, and I'm also sending help, so it's actually 3 versus 1. I don't think that red has good allies. I don't really know what Till is doing in this game. Maybe he's doing fine, maybe he's not. He has a quite good score, but still a little bit worse than my teammates, blue and white. And yeah, I guess they really made this game because, you know, the way I'm playing, if let's say for example that red was in purple position, this could have been very very different, but yeah, turns out it wasn't. I was a flank. I don't really like being a flank, but the noobiest player, probably the noobiest player, was just next to me. I'm pretty sure that purple is pretty much dead. Maybe he built his town center somewhere, and yeah, I'm now sending my skirmishers ahead. Those poor paladins will also die, even though it's much slow. They are much slower to die than cavalries because they actually have much better HP and pierce armor. But yeah, with some support from my skirmishers, we are going to claim that area for us, and the game is actually looking a little bit better now. Since I also reached Imperial Age, my skirmishers are going to be much better. Don't forget, they're also much cheaper, so I can claim that area better. As you can see, those Mango guys are actually getting overwhelmed by skirmishers and the help from the paladins. Actually, it's more like the opposite. You know, they are paladins, and the help from my skirmishers. I'm the one sending the trash units, not him. He's also sending traps, which is the correct play at this point. Yeah, because we need to claim that area for us again. Those castles need to go down, and yeah, pretty much we're pushing, and it should be game if we just manage to claim that area, and then go ahead from that area we just claimed. Yeah, it doesn't really matter that much what you do at this point, because, you know, my allies pretty much just, they're just winning the game. I think at some point we might as well just attack green base, but maybe much later. But yeah, things are going well. I'm really just booming around. And yeah, red is complaining. GG, my team is noob. And also yellow joins the party as well. I don't know how much upgraded those guys are. Oh, poor Teal. As I can finally see what he tried to do. He tried to attack our player 7, our God player. Maybe that's why God didn't send that much help from his Skarls against Red Army. Yeah, Red Army. Because you know, he also had to defend himself from kill, but yeah, he completely overwhelmed him. Yeah, you know, blue is also now thanking us. He said he made good walls, and we were really nice teammates. I just sent my GG to him. He actually did an okay job defending himself against the Mongols with our help, of course. Yeah, you had good walls, you had an okay army, and you had our help, which is really important. You had good allies as well, you know, host. So yeah, at this point this game is pretty much won, as you can see. Red just resigned as well as that teal player. Even purple realized that, okay, this game is pretty much done. What a freaking waste of time. Not waste of time, it was a really nice game. Probably not from Purple's perspective, but whatever. It was a nice game from my perspective, and yeah, I'm telling Green that he can resign because, you know, he is at Castle Age, he's 4 versus 1, and there's really not much he can do. And at this point, it's really just trying to finish this game. It's really just stalling the inevitable. He could just resign at this point, but he didn't, which is okay, I guess. Yeah, I'm flared about my army. My skirmishers are just stopped. Turns out they were pretty good this game. You know, they're a good counter against those mango dice. It wouldn't be the case if he also sent those siege onagers that he could do, but he didn't, which was a mistake, I'd say. But I guess he didn't have enough gold for everything. But yeah, you have to make decisions. You can either attack later with a bigger army, or you can attack sooner with a poor army and more difficult to counter. And yeah, Age of Empires is a game all about decisions, all about timing. And yeah, when the timing isn't great, you probably lost the game. And yeah, look at that green army. He has a massive army of skirmishers. And here my comment is that it feels like we're playing against an AI. Look how many skirmishers fit in that small hole. And he's also sending spearmen. And I remind you, he's a Turk player. He has the worst trash units in the game, except from Usars, for Usars of course, but he has the worst possible combo of skirmishers and spearmen. So yeah, that was definitely the worst units he could do. I don't know what he was doing, but yeah, this game is pretty much done at this point. I'll really just comment how this game was.
Presto,
Yeah,
condo.
because this game is really just pretty much done. And yeah, Green should be resigning at any time now. Look at three armies, looking at three armies defacing this base. And yeah, this was it. This was a really nice game especially for my always part. Yeah, Green resigning, and it's over. So yeah, just a few notes to wrap this game up. I really enjoy this kind of games. Sometimes Black Forest is an annoying map. You have to be careful with your walls, but sometimes that doesn't really happen at all. This map turns out to be an absolute mess. My opponent Purple got absolutely crushed by me and my help from Yellow. So yeah, you don't really expect to see much feudal action in a map like Black Forest, but BF Lord is slightly different. Don't forget, no wolves. You can be much more aggressive with your walls, except your opponent will also try to be aggressive with your walls as well. And yeah, I don't think I really played this game that well. At a certain point, it feels like if I was in blue's position, I would be absolutely crushed by a red army. And yeah, that army was an absolutely nightmare for any other army to deal with. But red, even Tuki was probably the best player around. He also messed a little bit because he really didn't add Siege Onager to his army composition. Even maybe against an Uskal army, infantry does not really want anything to do with a siege on a shot in his face. So yeah, this game was actually much faster than I really anticipated, which is also a reason why I'm just sharing it with you. It was a nice, fun game. I really enjoyed this game. I hope you did enjoy it as well. Don't really use me as an example. I'm really just a casual player, which I really like to share. Share a few games which I really like to do, even if they're not pro level or even maybe intermediate level. They're just casual games. I really could have played better. I think I really have a focus problem. I really get overwhelmed when I'm doing too many things at the same time, which is partly explains why I play this kind of closed maps. But yeah, it's really just a matter of practice. Practice. You get better when you play more Age of Empires. Just when you get better when you do anything at all. If you do it more than if you don't do it at all. Okay, I guess you understood it. Yeah, this was a nice game. I really enjoyed playing this game. I hope you did enjoy it as well. And yeah, see you around. Thank you. Bye bye.